Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Oh yeah, become a member to the channel. Shakur Stevenson versus Keyshawn Davis. That's the fight they need to be making. You see, the direction careers are going. Who knows? But if you ask old Hood Champion, I think they should make that fight. Now, of course, Shakur Stevenson got to do business with Zepeda. But I already told you how I feel about that. I think Shakur Stevenson is a talented individual. But as far as him beating Zepeda, everyone knows. I just think that's it's going to be one of them tough meals to digest. But let's understand this now. With Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson, I think there's been a little bit of crack in the relationship, all right? Now, the reason I believe that is because Keyshawn Davis before was saying that, hey, I would never fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur was saying he wouldn't fight him. You know how they start talking about, oh, that's my bro. Oh, that's my bro. Oh, that's my little bro. Oh, that's my big bro. Oh, that's my bro. Yo, man. Nobody want to hear no more of this taking it to the stupid bro shit, all right? We get it. You guys have known each other for a long time. You guys have worked with each other. Iron sharpens iron. And nobody wants to say who's got the best of who in sparring. It was just all good work. But although they have a deep friendship and a long history together, right? I do know that Keyshawn Davis, right? He knows Shakur Stevenson's entire family, right? It's a pretty cool rapport that they've been able to cement and establish. But when you hear Shakur Stevenson saying and Keyshawn Davis saying that for the right money, I would fight Keyshawn. And Keyshawn saying for the right money, I would fight Shakur. Let me tell y'all what that means. That means that they've gone from standing steadfast against fighting each other to now saying, y'all gonna give me some of that Wu-Tang cream, dollar bill, y'all. Shit, I may have to put the bing bangs on somebody. And I'm going to tell you, it ain't gonna take $200 million to get them in the ring with each other. Now this is the thing, because I'm just watching both of these guys and I listen to them. And as fighters, they can scrap. I have my opinion about them when it comes to different things, but I'm just talking about them as fighters. Them dudes get busy in the ring, right? You got to give them all the credit in the world. They get busy. But I'm also going to tell you they're a little bit emotional and a little bit sensitive. Now, this is how I see it. Shakur Stevenson fought Los Santos. Just kind of follow me on this, right? He fought Los Santos. For some reason, Keyshawn Davis immediately reached out to Edwin De Los Santos, is my understanding, and wanted to fight him. Now, of course, when information travels from one person to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, the original message gets changed up quite a bit. So by the time he gets to the last person, the message that was sent is not what ends up being received by the last person. But word on the street is Shakur Stevenson felt a kind of way about Keyshawn calling out Zepeda and basically trying to seize an opportunity to outperform Shakur Stevenson by him taking on, not Zepeda, by him taking on Edwin De Los Santos, and for Keyshawn to go in there and possibly knock out De Los Santos and beat him down. Now for me, I didn't initially think about it that way. I just said, okay, it's a good opportunity. It's going to be a cherry pick. But when you start peeling the layers back, I could see how that would make Shakur Stevenson feel a little bit like, oh, okay, you're getting caught up in the hype. with all of these bandwagonists who are saying Shakur Stevenson, I call him a boxer runner, right? Shakur Stevenson's a boxer runner. He's a chicken pecker. He's a coochie cooer. He's a tickler. He was afraid of De Los Santos. So you want to come now, try to destroy De Los Santos and have everybody comparing your performance to De Los Santos to my performance to De Los Santos. And if you come and do much better, then basically you can come out here and puff your chest out and say, look at me. I'm better than Shakur. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this, right? It's my belief. Had Keyshawn fought De Los Santos and clipped him, he would have said that. Because that new money make people act stupid. And he was acting stupid all fight week. Okay? Now, moving along. It didn't happen. But the fact that that took place, Keyshawn's advances to make the fight with De Los Santos, to come in the fight week, and if everything to fall out, I still think that Shakur's kind of watching that with a little bit of a hairy eyeball saying, oh, okay, you're trying to play me and shit. But now going forward, I feel that despite both fighters consistently maintaining that, hey, you know what, we're not going to fight each other, I do think that there may be a little bit of an interest there from a financial aspect, but also for Shakur, who's a prideful guy, who's always saying, what does he say? I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. And I think with Keyshawn Davis going to 140, especially if, depending on how these promoters are, depending on what Turki Al-Sheikh wants, depending on the money on the table, you could see when that smoke starts to develop, it could end up making its way over to Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. But the right person will have to get behind that fight. I just think Keyshawn Davis has some work to do in order to earn a fight with Shakur. But we all know it. You don't need to be. You can make a fight if the fans demand it. So if the fans start demanding Shakur and Keyshawn, I mean, even if no titles on the line, the fight gets made, especially if it's at such a buzz to where, you know, Turki Al-Sheikh, we know when Turkey's in the house, every day's Thanksgiving. But if Turki Al-Sheikh takes an interest in it, then it could be on. But my thing is, right, I understand they have they had a strong bond. I'm not so sure it's so strong anymore. But we know Shakur's all about his honor. Keyshawn seems to be all about his pride and his brand and trying to be like the all omnipotent. You know what I'm saying? And he wants everyone to believe that he's just the biggest, baddest, strongest fella running around between 135 and 140 now. But I'm telling you this, money has a way of changing people and changing things in boxing. Just like Keyshawn started acting a fool when he was coming across all that new money, and he didn't even get the payday. I think with the right amount of money, you could see Shakur Stevenson and him getting their scrapping. So this whole thing about the friendship, let me tell you something. The right payday comes along, Keyshawn and Shakur will seriously consider fighting each other. There's been a lot of guys who fought each other who were close, man. That they never thought in a million years they would fight each other. I look at Jake Paul and his brother Logan Paul. We know both of them are kind of crazy, but they would fight each other. If someone put up a ridiculous amount of money, I think even $50 million apiece they would fight each other, you know. But for Shakur and Keyshawn, I don't think it would take that much. Even Earl Spence said he'd break bread. You know what I'm saying? Fighting Jamel Charlo. So that's what brothers do. So these guys are businessmen at the end of the day, but and they understand that outside of boxing, where else can you go for a limited amount of time and make multiples of millions of dollars? You're just going to avert that because this is someone who you call your bro. How about this? Don't take it to the stupid. Go out there and get that money. But I do think it's a fascinating fight, man. Both of them are sharp. everyone's going to have an opinion on who's sharper. They're defensively sound. Again, everyone's going to have an opinion on that. But they also know each other inside and out. Like, that is a fact. Them guys know each other inside and out. So if they ever fought, I just think it would be more than just skill, okay? I think it could end up being more of a mental chess match because they understand each other's moves. They spend so much time working together, they can almost anticipate what the other person's going to do. So it could be for a very tactical fight. And if anyone was to get super emotional during that fight, I think it would probably be Keyshawn Davis, man. But and the reason I say that is because Shakur was like the big brother, the better fighter, the guy who had already gone to the Olympics, and he played a role in helping Keyshawn Davis develop as a fighter, especially during his early career. So I could see Keyshawn kind of wanting to step outside of the Shakur Stevenson's shadow and saying, okay, I'm here now. Yeah, I was the champion at 135. I missed the weight to fight De Los Santos. I missed that $1 million payday, but I'm going to show y'all that if I would have fought De Los Santos, that even if Shakur and I fought at 135, I would have clipped him then, and at 140, I'm going to clip him now. I could see this shit going left. But hey, I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? But let's just understand that they sparred multiple times, and Shakur Stevenson, all he said was, don't listen to what nobody says. The sparring sessions were good work. So Shakur tried to leave it alone. You know, with Keyshawn, I don't know who may have spoken on the sparring session. I was looking for the clips, but when I read the article, what Shakur Stevenson said is, don't listen to what nobody else says. So somebody said something about the sparring between he and Keyshawn. I'm thinking it's Keyshawn. I don't know, but I couldn't find the videos. All he said was, it was good work. So obviously, you can see Shakur Stevenson is trying to restrain himself from coming out and talking about their sparring. But the bottom line, you listen to Shakur. He's pretty subdued when it comes to talking about the sparring. He just says it was high level work, and it made both of us better fighters. But we'll see if they ever get the opportunity, because sometimes people feel that friendship can make you a better fighter and try to support each other. But it also can make you to where you say, yeah, we're friends. We're both climbing up that ladder of success in boxing. But as friends, maybe we should scrap. But it'd be interesting to see, because I think it's a real possibility now. Keyshawn doesn't have a belt at lightweight. He's up to at 140. So that was one barrier that was creating some issues as far as him fighting Shakur. But before, you know what I'm saying? But now they could probably justify avoiding each other because they're not in the same weight class. But at the same time, you could see Shakur looking for an opportunity if Keyshawn goes up and picks up a belt at 140 and Keyshawn starts to talk crazy. You could see where Shakur says, let me go up there and take on another weight division and go straight at a title shot. But I don't know, man. Davis has a lot of work to do at 140 before any of that even comes to fruition, because he's got to establish himself. And 140 is not easy, you know what I'm saying? So somewhere down the road, it could happen. Immediately in the near future, I doubt it. But even if they were to meet in the future, I just think the biggest factor would be money, man. And again, it's going to be up to the fans and to demand a fight, and for the promoters to build a fight up. And I think it could become a huge event. I don't know where they would have to have the fight. Maybe at the Barclays. Shakur is right there in Newark. Keyshawn's right there in VA. All the fans can make their way up to the Barclays. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a pretty good neutral location. But we just have to see. I think it could become a huge event, man. But I tell you what, man, with their history, the friendship, the elite boxing IQ, it could make it a fascinating matchup where you see the blend of emotion and again with that skill, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. His phone don't ring on y'all. I just with me understanding the amount of time that David spent training, sparring, and studying Shakur Stevenson, I think Davis has a very unique insight, something that no other fighter has. Maybe Terrence Crawford, a very unique insight on how to approach a fight with Shakur Stevenson, and he may understand that slick defense, that slick counterpunching, that slick timing, that Shakur Stevenson code that's been damn near impossible to crack. He may know how to crack that, and he already knows his patterns and his techniques. So that could be that. I'm telling you, that could be a very, very interesting fight. But at the same time, Shakur's gonna know those things about Keyshawn. Anyway, if they ever fought, I think it'll boil down to just who can make the better adjustments, man. Who can make the better adjustments and who really has the knowledge and can commit to trying to disrupt the other fighter's rhythm, man. But, you know, hey, we just got to wait and see. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents, man. Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson. I just think it'll be a great fight, but I just think making the fight will be an uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? They both know each other's tendencies. I mean, they know each other's family, but when it comes to the fighting, I just think they know enough about each other to where they both can capitalize. But I don't know. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson. That fight would be for honor. Little brother disrespected big bro. Somebody gonna get their ass whipped. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.